American guys are not that sweet. Like they're not very like giving you chocolates, flowers, everything, in my opinion. But my boyfriend specifically, he has given me chocolates randomly, like out of the blue, etc. And I think that was really kind, like it was really sweet. In my experience, Korean guys are usually like very sweet, very kind.
I have dated a Korean before, and at first it was like really nice. He was really sweet. It was a lot of fun, but then it was not anymore. So yeah, that didn't really end too well.
I think the biggest difference is the form of communication and also a little bit jealousy. But this depends on people. In my experience, dating in Korea, Korean women, they are more about communication. So a few times when I've got in trouble in previous relationships, it's because of communication. Why did I not reply? Or why did I not do this? Compared to my previous relationships in the UK, I had less of that.
I feel like the process is completely different. In the US, there's like the 3-date rule, where typically after you've been dating for 3 dates, you would have sex or something like that, and then say, I love you, after maybe a couple months to 6 months to a year. And that's traditional. Obviously, everybody is like different and the culture changes with like the different generations. But I noticed that the process is kind of flipped between like expressing your love for somebody and then physical intimacy.
Dating definitely helps. Because actually my current boyfriend doesn't speak that much English. He speaks to me only in Korean. So it forces me to listen and to speak.
I think even if you don't like improve Korean language as a whole, there are certain parts in Korean that you will definitely improve. There are certain words and things that you will only learn through a relationship. I don't know why.
For me personally, my friends, I think, helped me much more. Of course, if you spend time with a person and you use a language constantly, yes, of course, you learn something new. But I think it doesn't really matter if that's a boyfriend or a normal friend. That doesn't really make a difference, at least in my experience.
So the good point about having a girlfriend in Korea is, Korea for me, I think it seems like a couple country.
There's like this whole dating culture, and you can have like couple outfits, and you can go to all these like dating places where you have like specials for people who bring their dates, and it's just like so much stuff all around this like dating culture. And so I think that's really fun to try out.
If you have a girlfriend, you can go everywhere and you can have fun.
I mean, they're just regular people, so I don't see it as like advantageous or anything like that. But I think it's different because you can see the cultural difference between America and Korea. So I think that's really interesting, and that's why I like my relationship right now. Being able to learn more about somebody and their cultural differences, etc.
Sometimes people would like look over.
When I'm walking with my boyfriend, we're walking hand in hand, and so people look at us like, wow, like he has a foreigner girlfriend, kind of amazed, not really like in a bad way, mostly in a good way, or in like a surprising kind of way.
Yeah, most of the times it's on the subway. Sometimes old people look at us and a little weird. I think that they're thinking like, why is this foreigner with this Korean, or does he want to just take her to his country? I think that many old people do that because oftentimes a Korean will marry a foreigner and then just go to America with him or Europe. But that's not my situation. I want to stay here.
Sometimes some people, when they walk past us, they would say something under their breath. And then later on, when I discussed it with my girlfriend, we realized it was just basically some people still had a stereotype about Koreans and foreigners dating. And I think it was a stereotype where if it's a Korean guy and a foreign girl, it's okay. But if it's a Korean girl and a foreign guy, it's not okay. I never ever considered that. I never thought about it until that moment. And then I became aware of it, like even when I was with friends, like female friends that were Korean. Will people think bad of us? Would they think that we're dating or, you know? They didn't say anything to me, but they had a negative image towards her. So that was kind of upsetting.
Even if it's like not with a boyfriend, but just any guy friend, and you're like walking down the street or having dinner together or just a cup of coffee, sometimes people would like look over and blah, 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 start talking, and you can hear them say 외국인, like foreigner, and then you're like, ah, it's probably me.
Hapjeong Street,
The back streets of Hapjeong.
right outside of one of the stations, but they have just a strip with a lot of bars and restaurants, and there's a place called Seoul Gaegori. It's alcohol frog, and they have makgeolli and kimchijeon. It's a really good place to go on a date.
There are a lot of cool, trendy places and cafes. So I've been to a lot of places here. Also Sangsu. Sangsu is an amazing place. I still like it now. If you go there, it's still trendy, but not busy. So it's the perfect place for dates. And even if you want to go meet your friends, it's a nice place.
I really liked going out in Gangnam or Itaewon and just getting some like really nice dinner and then going to a bar, dancing, you know, getting some drinks, stuff like that.
There's many like animal cafes that you can go to that's, you know, kind of fun, or escape room. Escape room I think is very fun because you can do something kind of weird, strange with your boyfriend or girlfriend. So I think that's a really good change up because in America you can't do that.
There have been some debates and arguments about cultural differences. There were certain things that I didn't understand, and there's certain things that she didn't understand.
Korean guys would always ask you, where are you going? When are you going home? Who are you meeting? Until when? Go home. So I've actually had people tell me to go home. I was like, I think that's my decision. I think I decide who I want to meet and when I want to go home. So a lot of Korean guys, actually, they stay out partying, having fun, but they would tell their girlfriend to go home. I'm like, why? That's so unfair.
Sometimes she would say, and I would say, if there was ever something that didn't go how we wanted it, we'd always comment like, oh, it must be like that here, or it must be like that in Europe. And we just said it in the moment. We didn't mean it, but I think we hurt each other because of those words. The times that we used to have arguments, sometimes it was about the trust thing. She couldn't understand why I had female friends, and why do you have to meet them? Why can't I come with you? And things like that. But for me, I said it's very important to have my relationships separate from my friendships. That's something that we couldn't get past. Yeah, and it eventually led to breakup.